Hello everyone. We are going to be doing a review for the Unit 1, Lesson 1 test, practice with the pronouns. The first thing I would like you to do is write your direct and indirect object pronouns on a sheet of paper and write what they mean in English. Don't look at your notes, see if you know what they mean. So pause this now and then I'm going to show you my charts and you can compare. Okay. Now that you're back, this is what you should do on the test. We had the direct object pronouns. Mete, lo, la, nos, os, los, las. And then the indirect object pronouns. Again, the same. Mete, nos, os. The only thing you have to worry about is when it's in the third person. This is where it's different in the third person. Do you remember what the questions are for the direct object pronouns to find the direct object in a sentence? What? Or whom? The question for the indirect, to whom or for whom. The easy thing is if you want to replace a thing, you know that it has to be the direct, is a thing. When it's a person, then you have to think about, is it a direct or an indirect object? And then we're going to replace it with the pronoun. Let's have an example. This is, you're going to have 15 of these. So what's underlined is the only thing you have to replace. So you have to read the sentence. You have to know the verb. If you don't know your verbs, you need to review through them from Spanish 1. You have to read this, and it says, I know the intelligent teacher. Instead of saying, I know the intelligent teacher, you want to say, I know him. So if you look at direct and indirect, him is the direct right there. It is not to him or for him. So the pronoun for him is masculine would be lo. So then when you rewrite it, it would be, you could put yo in front of it if you want. Oh my gosh, excuse my writing. It could be, if you want to put the subject, yo lo conozco. All you're doing is rewriting it. I know him. You do not have to translate it, you just have to rewrite it. Number 2, vendemos el coche viejo a la mujer. First of all, you have to look at it and you say, we sell what? The old car. That's a direct object. The direct object is lo. Okay? A la mujer, we've already taken care of the direct object. You can't have two direct objects in a sentence. So you know that a la mujer, the woman, is the indirect. So we want to say we sell it to her. You have to look at the indirects, which is le, and it is le. Then when you rewrite the sentence, you would say le, lo, vendemos. You can't have two L's next to each other, so the le changes to a se. Number 3. Now what I want you to do for these is I want you to rewrite them. I want you to pause it right now, try it on your own, and then look at my example after you've done it. After each one, you're going to pause it. Busco el tren. So pause it. Now you're coming back after you've written it. Buscar is to look for, the verb to look for. Okay? I look for the train. The train is a thing. We want to say I look for it. So we know it's a direct object because it's what? The only thing we have to look at between direct and indirect is what it's a whom. So el tren is masculine, so it would be lo. So you can put it above it, and then you're going to rewrite it. Lo busco, it goes in front. If you have any questions, write them down and I can answer them. Number 4, again, pause this, do it, and then come back to check your answers. So this is you write to your friends, right? You write to your friends. So you want to say you write to them. Okay, so this is to them. You don't say to them in the direct. Look at the indirect, to them, which is les. Okay. It's not you write them, which would be the direct. So you would rewrite it. Ustedes les escriben. Number 5, pause it, do it, and then come and check it. You buy a bicycle for your son. Una bicicleta es la para tu hijo. Okay, you already have the direct, so you don't even have to worry about the direct objects anymore. You don't have to worry about it because you already have a direct object. You can't have two direct objects in a sentence. So, of course, for your son, you're going to replace it and say for him. So it'll be le. You're going to rewrite it. Le la compras. Oops, again, you can't have two L's in a row. So it's se. Número 6. Ayudes a las mujeres españoles. Again, rewrite this. Okay, we have to read it. Do you help? Do is part of the question. Do you help the Spanish women? So you want to say, do you help them? So it would not be an indirect because the indirect is to them or for them. It's do you help them? This is a direct, so it's las. You're not going to have too many people on the test that are direct objects. Most of them are going to be indirect objects. So it's las. Ayudas? Do you help them? It's an S and A. Lo siento. Okay? How do we do with those? We're going to go on to a couple more. Llamamos a la enfermera. I apologize, you probably don't know what enfermera is. It's the nurse. So it's we call the nurse. We call her. We want to say her. So her right here. And her would be under U1L1. It's not we call to her or for her. So in this situation it would be la llamamos. The next one. Muestra sus fotos a su mamá. In this situation, you're going to pause it, and then come back. Sus fotos is the indirect. A su mamá is the direct. Okay. You rewrite it. Le los muestra. Can't leerlo in Mexico. So it's celos. Number 3. Nos dan las manzanas. There are going to be quite a few like this. You already have the indirect in here. So all you have to do is replace the direct. Okay. Stop it, pause it, do it, come back. Las manzanas is las. So all you have to do is nos las dan. Okay. Next one. Debes enseñarle el traje. Here, take a look, be careful, you already have the indirect object attached. So, what you have to do is you also have to attach the direct, which is lo. So, debes enseñar, okay, you'll have two L's together, say lo. And actually, if you attach two pronouns, you need to put an accent mark on it. You could also put it in front if you want. You could put se lo debes enseñar. Okay? They both have to be together, either both in front or both behind. Le llevamos los papeles. Again, you have a pronoun here already. So it's we carry the papers to him or to her. In this situation, you're going to replace los papeles. It's the same with los. And le is already in front. Okay? If you put le, los together, can't have two L's, so the le changes to a se los llevamos. Okay? Number 6. Again, here's another one. He or she returns the pen to you. You already have the te in there. La pluma is a thing, so it's la. Te la devuelve, which is he or she or you. Well, it will be he or she returns it to you. How did we do? Write any questions down that you have, and I'd be happy to answer them tomorrow for you. Okay, the last section we're going to do is questions. Oh, we have one more. I'm sorry. This one has nos in it. Okay, and this is las. Look at the, so it's Los las quieren. It's harder to write at the bottom. Sorry. Enseñar. You can also write it as quieren. You can attach it to an unconjugated verb. Enseñar. Enseñar. What is it? Los las. To attach, you put an accent mark over the infinitive, which we really didn't talk about in class. Okay, the last thing are the questions. This is the most challenging part. I'm going to give you a couple examples, then I want you to try it on your own. Again, you have your pronouns so that it helps. So the question is, ¿Tienes la hamburguesa ahora? Do you have the hamburger now? The first thing that you're looking at, and this is how you typically use pronouns, is when you're answering questions. So let's answer all of these in the positive. Sí, yes, okay? Then you're going to conjugate the verb. The verb is in the to form, so you're going to answer it in the yo form. Okay? You can add an ahora at the end if you would like. So it's saying, do you have the hamburger now? The hamburger, the pronoun for the hamburger is la. Okay? So when you're rewriting it, you're just going to put it in front. So do you have the hamburger now? Yes, I have it now, is what you're saying. So you have to look at the verb first and the second one. Da la profesora. Da is the verb. You can always write this down. Okay. La profesora is the subject. In questions, the subject goes after the verb. Then we have la tarea, which is the direct object, which is la. And then a ti is the indirect, which is te. So you got to understand what the question is saying. Does the teacher give the homework to you? And you're going to say yes. You don't have to change this in there. You could say la profesora if you want. You don't have to repeat la profesora. Da gives it to me. Now, people are more important than things, so the person goes first. If you take it in steps, it helps. Come usted mucho a postre? The first thing here, yes. We're just answering them all, yes. Come usted? That is in the you form. Even if it's usted, it answers the same way. Do you eat a lot of desserts? Yes, I eat. El postres lo mucho. So pause the rest of them. I want you to try to do the rest of them, and then you can come back at any time, and I'll explain them to you. If you want to do a couple and then check what I say, that's fine. However you want to do it, and check it at each time. So the next one is, do you write to us today? That is in the to form. We did this in class. Yes, I write. Think about it in English. Whoops. Okay, sorry about that. I write to you today, if you want to put today at the end. Okay, they're asking you, do you write to us today? Yes, I write to you guys. This could also be os. The next one, hacen ustedes el trabajo siempre? This is, do you guys always do trabajo is work? So do you guys, you're asking in the plural, so you would answer how? Do you guys always do the work? Yes, we. You could say nosotros if you want. Hacemos. You can put siempre at the end. And then the direct object pronoun for el trabajo is lo. Again, the next one, this is in the usted form. Do you speak every day to your dad? In this situation, do you ever speak every day to your dad? To your dad. Do you speak every day to your dad? You want to say yes, I speak. You can say yo if you want. You don't have to. Hablo. You could write todos los días if you'd like. You don't have to have this on here. Todos los días. Sorry. To your dad. Gosh, is this a direct or indirect? Yes, I speak every day to him. To him? Right here. To. Liz. Next one. Do you know your sister Julia? You know you have to answer this in the yo form. Think about conjugate the verb first. And then, is this a direct or indirect? Do you know his sister Julia, let's say? Okay, and we're not sure who Sue is. You know his sister Julia. So you want to say, yes, I know her. So that is correct, which is not to her. So it's la. Almost done. Dicen ustedes siempre la verdad. Again, this, you would put this in the nosotros form. Just like we did in what number? Hacen ustedes. Do you guys tell the truth always? This means the truth. Sí, nosotros decimos. Some people got this wrong. That's how you say decir en nosotros. La verdad is la. Yes, we say or tell the truth always. Okay. ¿Llama usted a su mejor amigo mucho? Okay, we know we have to answer this in the yo form because it's asking in the usted form. Do you call your best friend a lot? Okay. Mucho actually does not need to be underlined in here. Yes, I call him. Is a guy. Do you call your best friend a lot? Yes, I call him. That would be low. It's a direct. It's saying I call him, not I call to him. The next one, you can look at la comida first if you want and say, okay, I know that's a thing, so that's correct. Do you serve the food? Okay, let's say yes. I serve yo. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, come and see me tomorrow morning before school. I'm available during resource, fourth period, and you can ask me in class before the test. Please do not forget to study your vocabulary. You need to know your vocabulary from English to Spanish and how to write. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow.